Alright, let's keep going. Later that night, as I'm closing up shop, a last-minute customer enters. I'm surprised to see it's Chelsea. She shuffles on her feet as she enters the store, sticking out like a sore thumb. Last time I saw her, she ran away in tears. Hi, she says quietly. Good afternoon, I greet politely. What are you doing here? Chelsea slowly takes out her wallet and forks over some cash. Her eyebrows are knitted together as she hands me the bills, looking a little awkward. Here, it's for the ticket, right? Oh, right, you didn't pay last time. I gratefully accept the money. I figured you wouldn't come anymore, I mention. Chelsea tilts her head to the side, quietly contemplating her reply. I thought about it, she starts, but I can't always run away from my problems. That's surprisingly mature of her. I ignored my issues with Thomas for too long, and look where that got me. She rubs her arm, the place where that was bruised before. Have you heard anything from Thomas? I ask. He's forced to do community service, picking up trash near the shore. Chelsea sighs. Honestly, it's a slap on the wrist. Agreed, Thomas is a dangerous man, so community service is not going to prevent him from doing anything else. Chelsea looks a little nervous. I just hope he won't come after me again. That does seem a little worrying. It's not like Thomas has a restraining order. Even if he did, I'm sure he'd violate it and come seek out either Chelsea or CAINE. At least tomorrow you'll be surrounded by people, I point out with a smile. She smiles back. I'm honestly very curious about your collection. Are you going to blog about it? You said you had a fashion blog, right? Eagerly, she nods her head. Yep, I'll be taking some pictures and writing about it. Send me a link. I'll read it when you're finished. Be prepared. I'm brutally honest with my critiques. I laugh uncertainly. Well, that's just something I have to deal with. So, will CAINE be there too? Chelsea asks. A simple name drop in a conversation, and I'm already feeling chills, my anger resurfacing. Okay, webcam. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with you, webcam. Okay. No, most likely he won't. Oh, I thought he'd come to see you too. I sort of wanted to talk to him. Why? Chelsea pushes her fingertips together, shifting her eyes from to the side. I guess I've been thinking about it, and CAINE deserves a true apology. That's right, Chelsea has been CAINE's tormentor for years apparently, making fun of him, bullying him, humiliating him, all of the things that CAINE has done to me. Chelsea, can I ask you a question? What is it? Why did you do it? There's a silence as Chelsea avoids my gaze. The air feels thick. I don't know. Great, non-answer. I think it was pretty obvious he liked me. He'd turn red whenever I'd look into his direction. Thomas thought it was hilarious, and I felt like I was way out of his league. Hearing her talk about how CAINE liked her makes my own heart ache. I'm really angry and hurt, yet I can't just shut my feelings off for him. I still love him. It felt good to put him in his place, she answers honestly. That's heartless of you, I grumble. Chelsea guiltily looks down at the counter. I know, it is. Then why did you do it in the first place? It might not look it, but I struggle a lot with my self-esteem. Thomas would constantly compare me to other prettier girls or point out all my flaws when we were on a date. She sighs, looking up at the ceiling. I felt like crap and I took it out on an easy target. There, did that answer your question? What about now? What changed? Why are you suddenly seeing what you did was wrong? Again, she stays quiet for some time, but I want to know. She was nasty towards CAINE, so what changed? What about CAINE? You two helped me out the day of that reunion, she mumbles. I was so scared, so afraid of what Thomas might do. I couldn't tell anyone. She looks at me, and even though I was bitchy towards you, you helped me out, and CAINE too. How? I mean, you could have just left me there in the bathroom. She looks genuinely distressed. I can't ignore people in need, no matter how much I hate them, I say quietly. And I was definitely never able to resist helping CAINE. Even now, when he's hurt me so bad, I can't help but feel this way. Either way, thank you for helping me back then. I appreciate it a lot. Tell that to CAINE, he's the one you really hurt. I know, and I will, if he even wants to hear my apology. A sadness wells up in my heart. Do I want to hear CAINE's apology? The forum post he made was an explanation of sorts, but not, as Kevin would have put it, a face-to-face conversation. Do I want to talk to CAINE? The answer is undeniably yes, despite my feelings of wanting to run away from him. Kevin is right after all. I need to give him a chance to talk. I guess you'll have to try and reach out to him to see if he's okay with it, I say with a shrug. Sure, I'll try, she flashes me a weak smile. Eventually, Chelsea leaves and I close up the shop. At night, I stare at my cell phone. Before, I used to text CAINE on Snappic almost every night. Everything feels so empty now. I finally start going through the texts he sent me before, all 13 of them. 13? Should be like 100 of groveling texts. One by one, they pop up on the screen. Valkii, please talk to me. I can explain. I'll do anything to just hear me out. I know this looks bad. I know I fucked up. Please just talk to me. I didn't know it was you until yesterday. I'm so sorry. I'll keep calling until you pick up. Fuck, you turned off your phone, Valkii, please. Let me explain. I'll stop posting. God, if I knew it was you, I'm just a piece of shit I've always known. Look around. Okay, I took it out on a random stranger on the internet. No excuses. I fucked up. I know I was in a really bad place then. Please, if you won't read these messages, at least read the forum post I made. The post I made on the forum. I miss you. My heart shatters into a million pieces. It was already broken before, but now it's just ripped apart. It hurts so damn much. CAINE, I love you, but why do you have to be such a dick? I turned my phone off. This is not helping. I've got so much on my mind right now. I'm not ready to face CAINE yet. Well, something tells me we'll be facing him anyway. I think we have two more to go. In a few hours, the show will start. I've already arrived at the venue. I check my cell phone for any notifications. When I turn it on, it buzzes a bunch of times. I've received a lot of messages since I turned it off yesterday. Of course, they're from CAINE. My heart twists into a painful mess. I take a deep sigh. I still can't face or talk to him. The pain in my heart won't be so easily removed, even if there's a part of me that misses him and wants to call him. But no, today is my day. It will go flawlessly. I will win that contest. I'll get first place. This is the first time I'm entering any kind of event with a catwalk. Never did I imagine it would be such chaos behind the scenes. There are naked models running around, makeup artists powdering their models, technicians messing around with the lighting equipment, and the designers themselves quickly make any last-minute alterations. There's a huge black curtain dividing the backstage with the catwalk. There's no actual physical wall. I bump into a technician. Oh, sorry, I apologize. Please be careful, ma'am. We're fixing up the lighting. I put up my collection on the rack and start looking for my models. Where are they? Valkii Hearth? A tall woman calls out. There's a group of other models behind her. They're the ones I hired. Thank God it seems all of them are present. Yes, that's me. Cool. What should I wear? Right this way. I appoint every model a piece of clothing, making sure they're fitted in right. Sadly, I can already tell that not everyone fits in them perfectly, so I end up sewing them in the dresses. There's no way I've got time to get behind a sewing machine. I'll have to take shortcuts. When I'm helping Marissa, my star model, get inside the jellyfish dress, I notice she's wearing these atrocious neon green panties. It's blinding me. No, 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 I say loudly, shaking my head. Confused, she flips her hair out of her face. What? Something wrong? Yes, your panties. The green will show through the design. Why aren't you wearing any flesh-coloured underwear? She huffs. No one told me to pay attention to the colour of my underwear. Another model laughs. Rookie mistake. I sigh. This is what I get for hiring amateurs. Okay, off with them. You can't wear those. She puts a hand in front of her crotch. No way. I'm not walking down naked. If I... Okay, I'm just choosing all the fierce options because that's just the path I'm going down, but damn. This is a bit too much. If I tell you to walk down butt naked, you will walk down butt naked. I don't care. You can find another model if I have to walk down that stage with my crotch hanging out. Oh, this is infuriating. I take a step back to calm myself down. Alright, fine. We'll find you another pair that's closer to your skin tone. The model crosses her arms. Until then, these are staying on, she says, pointing at the neon green underwear. I mean, that's fair. Where can I find spare underwear? A pair of hands taps my shoulders and I jump in surprise. Boo! I whirl around and see Sarah with a huge grin on her face. There's a camera hanging around her neck. How's it going back here? Oh, you've come just at the right time. I need your help. I'm in a little bit of a crisis. What's up? Sarah narrows her eyes, looking all serious. I need a pair of flesh-coloured panties. Sarah blinks at me. Not what I expected, but okay. Can't you buy me dinner first? She jokes. Sarah. Okay, fine. I'll ask around. Sarah disappears into the crowd. Who's going to be just carrying around panties with them, or underwear? Sarah disappears into the crowd. I start moving around asking others if they've got some underwear to spare. I never should have gone with amateurs. I ask some of the models if they've got any spares, but no one seems to have brought anything. Even the other designers aren't all too happy to help me out. I then run into someone I didn't expect, Chelsea. Wait, what's she doing backstage? Hey Chelsea, what are you doing here? She gives me a quizzical look. Oh, well, the ticket you gave me had backstage access. I figured I'd check it out. She sews the pass around her neck. Oh, huh, guess I did. You seem busy though. I guess I should just find my seat and stay there. No, it's okay. You can be back here. I'm just a little preoccupied getting my models ready. Sarah suddenly comes butting in. Valkii, I found your underwear. She swings around a flesh-coloured thong like a lasso. I feel my cheeks start changing colour from embarrassment. Not my underwear, I stress, hoping Chelsea doesn't get any weird ideas. I take the thong off Sarah's hands. Thanks. By the way, this is Chelsea. Chelsea, this is my friend Sarah. She's a photographer. Chelsea smiles at Sarah. Hello. Nice to meet you. Please don't cause any trouble for our Valkii here. Sarah slaps my back. Now go get your model dressed and let me see those designs on the runway. I'm just thankful no one I know heard you yelling about my underwear like this. Oh, actually, I think I saw CAINE. My eyes bulge out. What? He's here? Well, you gave him a ticket. He's with the audience, though. I didn't expect him to still come, I exhale sharply. Is CAINE being here a problem? Asks Chelsea, feeling out of the loop. Yes and no? I can't quite formulate my thoughts. As long as he doesn't come backstage so I don't have to see him. Can't keep avoiding the little redhead forever, Sarah points out. I can right now. I've got to give this underwear to my model and get them to hair and makeup. There's no time to be dealing with CAINE. Alright, I'm going back to Kevin. I'm excited to see your collection. Sarah waves at me and finally walks through the curtains. Chelsea stays behind. If you need any help, I don't mind helping some of your models get dressed. I know a thing or two about fashion, she offers. That's very sweet of her and actually not such a bad idea since I'm strapped for time. Alright, you can help. I direct Chelsea towards my rack of clothes and the other models. Here, wear this. Get rid of that ugly thing you're wearing right now, I say as I hand Marissa the new underwear. She grumbles under her breath, but thankfully changes out of the neon green underwear, slipping on the skin-coloured one. Someone knocks over a rack of clothes, causing everyone backstage to look up. There's a commotion near the entrance. I know she's here, I hear a deep voice yell. I saw her go inside. Sir, please, you do not have a backstage pass. I crane my head to look at who's causing such a ruckus. I draw a sharp breath when I see who it is. Thomas, he's here. Why in the world is he here? Chelsea, he yells loudly. Chelsea suddenly freezes up when she sees Thomas at the entrance. Oh no, he's followed her here. Thomas, she squeaks out. Thomas pushes past the security persons, shoving them aside. He's spotted Chelsea. Unable to move from the spot, Chelsea looks like a deer caught in headlights. Thomas storms towards her like a runaway train. Chelsea, you bitch, I knew it. You are selling your body. Before Thomas can reach Chelsea, I quickly shove him aside. Don't go near her, I shriek loudly. He glares at me. He looks even angrier than before. The hell are you doing here? Get the fuck out of my face. Thomas, were you stalking me? Chelsea's voice is unnaturally high-pitched. No, babe. You see, you weren't answering your calls and you weren't opening your door. In fact, you weren't even home this entire time. Thomas sounds way too casual for the words that are coming out of his mouth. Wait, were you spying on Chelsea outside of our home? I inquire. What's it to you, huh? He huffs at me. How do you know I wasn't home? Chelsea asks, her lip trembling. Come on, just talk to me. We can work this out. I told you I was sorry, but you were pissing me off, you know? Thomas takes a step closer. Chelsea and I take one step back. Seeing our reactions, Thomas's eyebrows lower. So what are you doing here, huh? Strutting around naked, getting guys to pay you for it? No, Chelsea cries out. Thomas, you have to leave, now, I warn him. The hell I am. Get out of the way. Thomas lurches at me. He's too fast for me to dodge. He grabs a hold of my hair and pulls me away from Chelsea. The force of his grip is too strong. I can't break free. Don't you fucking touch her, someone else yells out loud. Suddenly, Thomas releases his grip when he gets a blow to his face, staggering backwards. He crashes against a pair of lights, causing them to fall over against the black curtains. In front of me is the last person I expected, CAINE. I can barely process that he's here. CAINE, what are you doing here? I cry out. I saw him go in. The coward's been stalking Chelsea. CAINE points an angry finger at Thomas. Someone else in the background calls for security. Why are you here, you little dweeb? Thomas demands, rubbing his chin. I'll pay you back for hitting me. Thomas gets ready to pull back a punch. CAINE shoves me out of the way, dodging Thomas's punch. Leave, Chelsea chokes out quietly. Please leave. Seriously, you're so fucking annoying. Thomas sounds even more agitated. He nonchalantly strides up to Chelsea as if he owns the place. Chelsea, babe, I didn't mean what I said. If you come back to me right now, I'll forgive you for being a whore. Chelsea, still unable to walk away from fear, doesn't move. Run, I tell Chelsea, giving her a small shove so she starts to move. Chelsea takes a step backwards, then another, before she sprints away. That's when I notice the lights that were knocked over earlier have started smoking against the black curtain. Oh no, it's going to turn into a fire hazard like this, an accident waiting to happen. Thomas whirls around, angry. Everyone seems to be foiling his plans. Sir, you cannot be back here, yells security. Fuck, it's your fault, he growls at me. I try to run towards the lights to prevent a fire from happening, but Thomas grabs my arm, holding me in place. He squeezes hard and I cry out in pain. CAINE swoops in like a heroic knight, ripping my arm free from the brute. Are we getting a CG? Oh, we are. Alright, didn't he say he did judo or whatever? His fingers snatch the collar of Thomas's shirt, gripping it tightly. In a perfectly calculated angle, CAINE manages to swiftly trip Thomas using his foot, causing him to stumble forwards. Directing the force of Thomas's momentum, CAINE tosses the brute over himself. Thomas goes flying through the air. The floor trembles as Thomas's large body falls down. Everyone in the room is quiet for a second. That's a judo throw. CAINE quickly grapples Thomas, wrapping his arms around Thomas's arm, leaving him immobilized and at the mercy of the smaller young man. I told you not to touch her, you dick. Let me go, Thomas whines. Two beefy security guards walk up to Thomas and CAINE. But then the worst happens. A fire sparks alight from the fallen lights. The blaze catches everyone off guard. It sizzles and crackles as it climbs up the curtains. The fire travels all the way towards the top in record speed. The curtains are highly flammable. I gasp out loud in horror, and so do many others around me. I see a couple of models grab some of the clothes from the nearby rack and start swinging at the fire, trying to put it out. No! I yell, that's cotton, it's going to fuel the fire. Within seconds, the clothing they were holding lights up in flames. They drop it in fear and start running away. Security apprehend Thomas and start yelling out orders. Everyone remain calm and stay back. We will deal with the fire. They lift Thomas up from the floor and take him away from the area. Another person comes running in with a fire extinguisher, cooling down the bottom of the curtain, but it's too late. The fire has spread across all of the drapes. It's a literal wall of fire. It's too big to control with the fire extinguisher at this point. The warmth of the fire whirls around on the premises, making everyone start panicking. I'm too shocked to do anything but stare. The fire extinguisher runs out, yet the rest of the curtains are still burning up. We can hear the audience behind murmur and cry out. It's getting too hot and too dangerous. No, why is this happening? This was supposed to be my day where I'd show my collection I worked so hard on and get the name recognition I so badly crave. Instead, Thomas crashed the party and now it's literally going up in flames. Everyone, please evacuate the premises, says the other security officer. Remain calm, don't run. Except people aren't calm. Most models sprint away in their dresses, including all of mine. CAINE suddenly tugs my wrist, calling for my attention. Valkii, come on, we need to go. But... My brain is unable to catch up. Smoke starts filling up the room. It's getting harder to breathe. A rack of clothes standing near the curtains catches on fire as well. It's unforgiving and fast. One by one, the dresses start smoking and burning. People start screaming and scatter away like flies. No way, my rack is next to it. My clothes, I yell out. My collection can't burst up into flames. The models wearing some of my designs have already run away, but there are still some designs on the rack. I can't let the galactic jellyfish burn up. I quickly run over to my corner, digging my arms into the clothes and taking them from the rack, as many as I can. Valkii, what are you doing? Leave it, CAINE pleads. No, I worked too hard on this collection to just let it go up in flames, I protest. Shit, now's not the time to be thinking about fashion. Ma'am, drop the clothes, come with me, says one of the security officers. He roughly grabs my arm, causing me to drop my clothes to the floor. No, I need to save them. No, let go of me. I yank my arm back and quickly run back to the rack to grab even more. My mind just doesn't want to leave them behind. Why don't you just... The racks are on wheels? Just wheel them out. CAINE cuts me off, his eyes fierce and wide. He's blocking me from running back. Don't be stupid, there's a fire, let's go. You can always remake these. I know it's stupid and silly and I should care for my own safety more, but I worked so damn hard on this collection. No, please, I have to take these with me. They're too valuable. Ignoring my protests, CAINE's hand shoots out to grab a hold of my wrist. He forcefully tugs me along and shoves me towards the security officer. Please take her outside. What? No! But I have no say. The security officer simply grabs me and pulls me along. This time I can't break free. CAINE! I yell after him. He's not coming with me. He stands there with a blaze of fire behind him. Wait, CAINE, what are you doing? Get out! But then I'm finally pushed through the emergency exit and we're outside. Oh my god, the music went away. Sirens can be heard in the distance. The fire truck is going to be here soon. A bunch of people are gathered around the premises. Models are all huddled together in extravagant clothes. Black smoke escaped from the exit. However, CAINE isn't here. My stomach lurches unpleasantly. He was right behind me. Where is he? I walk up towards the emergency exit, but the same officer yanks me back. No, let me go. CAINE is still in there. Ma'am, for your own safety, do not go back in the building. But he's in there, and my friends too. Valkii, Chelsea calls for me. She looks frightened, her legs shaking. What's going on? I hear there's a fire. Where's Thomas? I don't know, but CAINE is still in there and the fire was spreading fast. My heart is thrumming, the adrenaline pumping through my veins. I breathe a sigh of relief when I see Sarah and Kevin exit the building as well. They're unharmed. Sarah, I cry out. Sarah wraps her arms around me in a hug. Valkii, what's going on? I saw the curtains go up in flames. She lets go and looks at me all worried. Thomas was backstage. He found out Chelsea was here. He knocked over a pair of lights and I think that ignited the curtains. I quickly explain, stumbling over my words. We saw CAINE rush backstage. Where is he? Asks Kevin. He's still inside. There's a dark expression on everyone's face. No, why isn't CAINE coming out? He was right behind me. Finally, the fire trucks arrive. A bunch of firemen roll out the hoses and burst inside. Another sets up a barricade and forces people to stay away from the building. A sense of dread washes over me as I see more people pouring out of the building, but I can't spot that familiar red hair of CAINE's. It's taking him so long. I'm sure he's alright. The firemen are going in right now. They'll get him out, Kevin assures me. I can't believe Thomas followed me here, Chelsea mutters. Oh, look, that's him right there. He's in handcuffs, Sarah points out. There, a little ways off on the street, is a police car with a police officer detaining a struggling Thomas. He's in handcuffs, all right. Chelsea, I think you should probably speak to the police officer and explain what happened, I tell her. But... Sarah, Kevin, can you go with her? Sarah, Kevin, and Chelsea walk off towards the police officer. No sign of CAINE still. I'm worried out of my mind. I'm so scared he tripped over my clothes on the floor and got tangled in it with no escape. I anxiously wring my hands together. Oh god, what if it's my fault CAINE got stuck? What if he can't get out? What if the flames have already... A large cloud of black smoke drifts out from the emergency exit. It's getting worse by the second. Fear of losing him entangles my entire being, not knowing if he's alright or if he's coming out. It takes everything I have not to run back inside and look for him. Valkii, Sarah interrupts my fearful thoughts. They want your statement. But CAINE isn't out yet. How can I focus on giving out a statement when CAINE is inside a burning building? But, I protest. Sarah tugs me away from the crowd. Come on, I'm sure CAINE's fine. The firefighters seem to have the fire under control. Both of us walk to the police car where Thomas is being held. He's inside the car, fuming in his seat. He glares daggers at me when I appear in his view. Chelsea looks awfully pale as the police officer questions her. Yes, he's apparently been stalking me, blowing up my phone with threats that he'll hurt me, Chelsea explains. She shows her cell phone to the officer. But I am unable to focus on what's going on. My heart is still running mad. I can't stop worrying about CAINE. Why is everyone so nonchalant? He's not here with me, where he should be, safe and sound. In the background, the building continues to smoke. The next couple of minutes feel like a blur. We give our statements on what happened, why Thomas tried to attack Chelsea, how the fire started, how CAINE courageously swooped in and knocked him down. CAINE. I can't, I stammer. CAINE is still in there. I tear myself away from the police officer and run back to the entrance of the building. Fear fills up my entire body, anxiety propels it forwards. Can't stop running, must find CAINE. A firefighter holds me back as I desperately try and go back through the entrance. The drumming of my adrenaline is too loud for me to understand what he's saying. My mind is only focused on one thing. Please, I need to see him. Why isn't he out yet? Ma'am, calm down. Then a fluff of red exits the doorway. My eyes spot him like a hawk and all the muscles in my body tense up. CAINE runs away from the black smoke. My heart just about bursts out of my chest with joy. Relief. He's coughing as he exits. A fireman is escorting him. He's holding a bunch of fabric. Wait, no. Those are my dresses. I rush after him as quick as my feet can carry me. I feel like I'm flying through the air. CAINE! I fling myself towards CAINE, arms wrapping around him and squeezing him hard against my body, holding onto him like he's my lifeline. He drops all of the clothes in the process. Can't breathe, he mutters. I quickly release him from my death grip. I inspect his face, but he seems unharmed. Are you okay? Yeah, fine, he coughs. Why didn't you follow me right away? It took you so long to get out. Why are you upset? You really wanted to bring your dresses with you, so I grabbed them for you. Idiot, it's okay for me to risk my life, but I'll be damned if you risk yours to save a bunch of clothes. You make no sense, you hypocrite. Why would you risk your life, but then yell at me for doing the same thing? He growls back. I crash my head against his chest, taking in his scent with a deep breath. It's a mixture of CAINE's natural scent along with the smoke from the fire. You're so stupid. Why'd you do that? You could have just run out with me. My body starts to shake. My pulse is so quick and loud that I can't hear the sirens anymore. The world seems to be spinning out of control. God, I don't want to lose you, I mumble. CAINE puts an arm around my back, resting his chin on top of my shoulder as he embraces me. I can feel his warm body press up against mine, and my bones turn to liquid in his arms. The thought of losing CAINE, it's too much. It's overwhelming. I'm right here, he whispers against my ear. I hiccup weakly into his chest. CAINE's beating heart thrums against my ear. It's fast, but he's alive. He's here. He's fine. Everything that's happened before, it doesn't matter. What matters is that CAINE is alright. We stay like this for what seems to be an eternity, holding each other. It's calming me down. Then I reluctantly separate from him, giving him some space. My eyes migrate down towards the dresses on the ground. What was I so worried about? These stupid dresses? I can't believe I really tried to get them out. Where are the others? Asks CAINE. They're talking to a police officer over there. I point in the direction of the street. I thought I was just seeing things, but when I saw Chelsea go backstage and Thomas following along, I knew he wouldn't be up to any good. Why are you here anyway? I ask weakly. Why? He looks down at me, blinking curiously. Yeah, why? This stupid idiot didn't come. He wouldn't be worrying the hell out of me, making me think something bad happened to him in the fire. Obviously because I wanted to be here and see your work. I promise I'd come. CAINE shuffles his feet around, eyes cast downwards. I wanted to see you, he admits quietly. You've been ignoring my calls, my texts. I didn't know what else to do. He sighs deeply. doesn't mean you have to walk through literal fire for me, I point out. Cain snickers in response, shooting me a cocky smirk. The stupid look on his face hits all the right buttons. You make me sound like too much of a badass. I'm not. I thought it was reckless, even though I was the most reckless of us all, risking my life for my work. A sheepish smile appears on his face. Shh, let me have this moment. I glare at him. I still haven't forgiven you, and I'm not talking about the stunt you pulled just now. A shadow is cast over Cain's face. He immediately retreats from me, his demeanor turning shy all of a sudden. I know, he admits. My foot gets hooked around one of the straps from the dresses on the ground. I look down, seeing them all bunched together. It's stupid. I should have left them, but Cain stayed back to grab them for me anyway. I bend down to pick them up, throwing them over my shoulder. Guess I should thank you anyway, I say reluctantly, but you're still stupid. Cain rolls his eyes at me. I didn't die, did I? Come on, let's find the rest. Effortlessly, Cain takes my hand in his and begins to pull me away from the crowd. We meet up with the rest of the group. Cain explains what happened to the police officer, that he's the one who got into a scuffle with Thomas and that's why the lights fell over. There's a news crew in the background conducting interviews about the disaster. It's safe to say Fashion Week has been cancelled for now. Firemen have subdued the fire. The building is intact, though I'm not sure what it looks like from the inside. All of my models have escaped unharmed. In fact, there were no casualties or injuries, unless Thomas getting his ass kicked counts as one. Chelsea conveys her side of the story, getting stalked by Thomas and receiving threatening messages from him. I didn't think he was still contacting her after the last time he got arrested. The police officer drives away with Thomas in the back. Since this is his second arrest, they're not going to be lenient with him anymore. The crowd begins to disperse. I don't see much of a reason to hang around either, so we head to my place. Okay, I'll see you in the next one.